You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Monday, the 5th of January. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather is expected, warming up nicely today. Many spots will see highs at or over 70. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we'll deal with some thunderstorms as the week wraps up Friday night into Saturday. And we turn colder this weekend. So let's talk about these weather changes, the old Alabama weather roller coaster ride. That's the upper air look, and we have ridging over the Gulf of Mexico that's trying to nose in here from the south, and that's going to set up a relatively warm week for January. Got a mixture of clouds and sunshine across Alabama today. That's the visible satellite view. For parts of northeast and east central Alabama, not a cloud in the sky. It is overcast over northwest Alabama, and then partially sunny over the southern counties of the state, but the low levels are very dry. No rain on radar anywhere close to us. We have some snow up in the northeast and rain moving into parts of northern California. A lot of places are in the 60s this afternoon. Look at Anniston, 67 with bright sunshine. Tuscaloosa cooler because of clouds. They've got 58. Hamilton, cloudy and 53. But in South Alabama, Atmore, Mobile at 70 this afternoon. That is a preview of things to come later this week. We'll check the watch warning map around the nation. We have winter weather advisories for parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and some of the scattered pockets of the mountains out west. We'll check the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. No severe storms, maybe some thunder over the mountains of Colorado. Tomorrow, not a single thunderstorm expected across the country, and on day 3, which is Wednesday, maybe some thunder from West Texas up into southwest Missouri and along the coasts of Washington State and Oregon. And on day 5, which is Friday, we have a risk of severe storms defined, the yellow on that map, from northeast Louisiana to the western tip of Kentucky. And keep in mind this outlook includes Friday night up until 6 a.m. Saturday. And you can see that risk, which is 15 to 30% risk there. The yellow kind of clips the northwestern part of Alabama. And we'll talk about the setup for that as we go. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days. And you can see that parts of North Alabama could see over 1 inch. And let me check real quick to see if the new update is in. And it is. Typically, the WPC updates come about 3 o'clock Central Time. So let me drop it in here. We'll watch it change together. Really not a lot of change. Rain amounts 1 to 2 inches for the northern half of the state, under 1 inch for South Alabama between now and Monday night of next week. And the bulk of this will be Friday night into Saturday as the weekend begins. So let's break it down day by day. Model fans. European, this is the 12Z run, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Zonal flow, ridging, nosing in from the Gulf. And we'll call it partly sunny with highs in the 60s for North Alabama, low 70s for the southern counties of the state. This is the high-resolution HER model, valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And if you look really carefully on that map, you'll see a few little specks over the eastern counties. So there could be an isolated shower around Lafayette, Alexander City, Auburn, Opelika, Roanoke. But again, the chance of any one spot getting wet is so small, we're just not going to mention that for now. This is Wednesday. There could be a few isolated showers over South Alabama, probably not many. Most places dry. Partly sunny with highs reaching 70 in most spots. Low 70s for South Alabama. So Thursday, we got a surface low that's between Kansas City and St. Louis, and a pretty good southerly flow and moisture begins to move in. So we'll mention just a few widely scattered showers Thursday. Nothing widespread, a decent chunk of the day dry, very mild, highs at or over 70 in most spots. So that surface low advances rapidly to the north, and there's the trailing front with an organized batch of showers and thunderstorms coming in here Friday afternoon. So the main batch of rain and storms should begin across the northwestern counties of the state at some point during the day Friday. Then the rain expands into the rest of the state Friday night into Saturday. In fact, this is Saturday at noon. European a little slower here, getting the rain out of here and the colder air in here. So we'll mention a chance of rain and thunderstorms Friday night, and Saturday as the weekend begins. And in terms of the severe weather threat, this is when the air seems to be most unstable based on the reliable European global model. And this is 3 a.m. Saturday, middle of the night, Friday night. And these are just the worst to work. You know, the main dynamics are far to the north. Instability values are not that high. But you've always got to watch these cold season systems. They can bring some surprises. But at the moment, it certainly does not look like a major severe weather problem here. But again, once we get within 60 hours of the event, we'll get the new high-resolution modeling and we can get a better look at this. And then on Sunday, the rain is gone. The sky will be sunny and the weather turns colder. For most of the state, highs in the 50s, the Tennessee Valley, upper 40s. The sky should be mostly sunny with a pretty good north breeze. A week from today, Monday the 12th of January, zonal flow, and again, we'll start the day around freezing, upper 20s and low 30s in most spots. The high Monday, mostly in the 50s, which is seasonal. This is not any kind of extremely unusual severe cold wave. It's just getting us back to where we should be for this time of the year. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out, Thursday the 15th of January. Interesting trough over the eastern states. And we are in a dry slot, if this is correct, and we are dry and cool. Again, for next week, it looks like highs will be generally in the 50s, lows generally in the 30s, again, which is seasonal for this time of the year. Here's a look at rain for the next 15 days. As always, we look for the green line on that chart. That's the mean of the ensemble members, and it's up there a little over 2 inches between now and the 20th of January. Temperatures off the NBM National Blend of Models. 60s tomorrow, 70. 71 actually on Wednesday, 70 Thursday and Friday. And then the numbers come back to reality here by Sunday and next week, with highs dropping in the low 50s, lows below freezing by Monday morning. Of course, if you're in the Tennessee Valley, subtract a few degrees. If you're in South Alabama, add a few degrees. But you can see the big swing, about a 20-degree swing from the highs around 70 over the latter half of this week, the highs closer to 50 for much of next week. And just in the latest long-range guidance, January 13th through the 19th. And if this works out, temperatures near average across Alabama in the Deep South. Snow fans, probabilistic outlook for 1 inch of snow or greater. Coming off the European AI Global Ensemble. And again, that doesn't look good for the snow lovers. And you can see those low 10 to 20% probabilities over the northern part of the state, the Tennessee Valley. But again, the pattern really not suggesting any major issues with snow and ice through mid-month. But as we've talked about, winter has a very long way to go. Had a great time today seeing the Friends of the Hoover Public Library in Hoover. Had a big crowd for that. That was a lot of fun. Tomorrow going to be in Carrollton, Georgia, Carroll County, Central Elementary School. Wednesday, Weather Wednesday, Children's of Alabama, first Wednesday of the month, program for the patients and their families there. Then I'll be at Briarwood Christian School Wednesday for a program there. Thursday, Valley Junior High School in Walker County. Friday, Alexandria Elementary School in Calhoun County. And Saturday, it's a book signing. Now, I will say we'll be watching the weather situation. If by chance we have a severe thunderstorm threat Saturday morning, obviously we'll have to postpone this. But at the moment, it's still on. And we are scheduled to do the book signing Saturday in Alexander City. It will be from 9:30 until 12:30 at Elena's Place on Marshall Street. That's right there in kind of the middle of town. Great place, and we'll have all the Weather Geek shirts and books and children's books and all kind of good stuff. We love these. We take a lot of pictures. We have a lot of fun. So again, Elena's Place, Alexander City, Saturday between 9:30 and 12:30. And if by chance we have a severe weather threat, we will ultimately postpone that. We'll make that decision later in the week. Don't forget tonight's Monday night. Hey, it's Weather Brains Night, the weekly show for weather geeks, dweebs, nerds, dorks, and weenies. I'm excited about tonight's show. It's going to be a homegrown show. We're going to just, sometimes we just talk among ourselves and don't have special guests. And we're going to talk about the warning process and where we are and where it's going and the challenges we face in this new age of dissemination of weather information. It's going to be a very interesting show that is near and dear to my heart. So if you want to see some of the challenges we're facing, watch us. We'll be on tonight at 7 Central. YouTube.com/weatherbrains. Most of you listen to the audio podcast that'll be out early tomorrow morning. Don't forget, I'll be on ABC 3340 News this evening, and every day you can hear me on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, 104.7 WZZK. Thanks for watching. Have a marvelous Monday evening, and God bless.